Sup guys, sup guys. Fruit Punch Silvia here. We're back with more Kinkoi. We finished our date with Elle, right? Or Ellie. But now we gotta go back to school. So let's see how things go. Hooah!
おはようございます。眠そうですね。
Sure am.
せっかくの土日でしたのに休めませんね。
Bunch of stuff happened. It had been an ordeal since I ended up going along with Sylvie whims both days. Huh? Kikuchiyo, what were you up to the last 2 days?
僕ですか。よくぞ聞いてくれました。なんとついにエスペラント語の検定にて日常会話科の合格証をいただけたのです。
Huh?
大変でしたが今となってはやりがいのある時間でした。これでようやくまた一つ将来の蓄えができたと思うと実に晴れやかな気持ちです。
Yeah. So, Esperanto. Wait, if I remember right, Kikuchiyo, what's that it? Don't you like light novels?
はい。
One of my old classmates were really into researching Cthulhu and stuff, and could even speak Esperanto. He was frankly a nerd. And
庶民はものを知らないな。
エスペラント語はれっきとした公用言語ですよ。
oh, who are you again?
西郷だよ。お前この前俺のこと怒鳴ったの覚えてないのか？え、本当に覚えてない？
ほら、教科書水浸し事件の。
Oh, I remember now.
本当に失礼なやつだ。これだから庶民は。
I mean, you were so freaked out after what happened that you avoided me ever since.
ビビってないぞ。ただ庶民なんぞに時間を割いてやる無駄をやめただけで。なんだ、怒ったのか？怒ったなら怒鳴る前にまず弁護士を通してだな。
Nah, I'm not mad. So, what you need from me today?
お前なんかに用があるか？六音寺君におめでとうを言いに来ただけだ。
おや、ありがとうございます。
英語、フランス語、アラブ語、中国語、ドイツ語に続き、ついにエスペラント語ですか。六音寺君の高学心はいつも
録音時に生まれたものとして必要な素養ですので。
So, what benefits there in learning this Esperanto language?
エスペラント語。
これからの国際社会に必要な素養とされているんです。相手の国の言葉で話すのは大切だからね。
Oh, it's an international thing. But wouldn't English work in that case?
現在の国際公用語は確かに英語ですが、今後国際社会で付き合っていくべき国々には反英、反米、つまり英語を嫌う国々も多くなってきます。そこで特に多国籍の企業間の友好のために用いる仮の公用語としてエスペラント語が注目されています。
エスペラント語は母国がない。どこの国にも属さない言葉だから敵を作らないというわけ。
Oh.
お前みたいな庶民には一生縁のない世界さ。お前はまず必死こいて英語から覚えるんだな。
Language, huh? All this talk of a distant world and here on the brink of failing English. Something actually had been on my mind a little. There were no English classes at Noble Academy. I guess it was given that the students who went here could speak English. Apparently, bilingualism was a basic fundamental for elites. There certainly was a school for elite of the elite. That's awesome, Kikuchiyo. You learned a whole language just because you might need it in the future?
覚えたとは言えません。日常会話に不便しない程度です。
That's plenty. Sorry, I've taken you lightly until now.
お気になさらず。侮られてたので。
I told to look down on you ever since you oohed and awed over those porn mags.
わーわーなど言っていません。
エロ本？
いやらしい本ですか？六音寺君がそんなものを。
Oh, what? Are you all the sort of that are intolerant of porn?
そんなことはない。
ですが仮に六音寺君どんなものを見たのね。どんな どんな
This kind. Open up that sort of page on my phone.
あ
Nice reaction.
携帯電話でこんなページが。
なんだこの程度かただおっぱいが出ているだけじゃないか。
Yeah, man. Anybody would get hype over tits and ass.
こんな青臭い小娘が脱いだところで特になんとも思いませんね。本当は。
These dudes are gay. He sure was hanging in there. If you don't like immature, then how about this?
お姉さんが教えてあげる
Oh my god, wait
真
a
夏の
minute.
カテキョ大作戦
What kind of model did he use before? And even older.
若妻の公職な昼下がりあの人には言わないで
Let's take a step further.
熟女乱舞乱れ妻たちの共演熟女がお母さん
One of them has shorted out.
熟女。年のいった女性というのも。
やめろそんなわいせつな下品だぞ。
Cougars aren't your thing, huh? How about something, man, chill, bro. Come on, bro. How's this?
だからこれがどうしたバカバカしい。さすが庶民らしい低俗さだな。
Maybe he like food us.
俺は世界に名だたる写真家のパパの仕事で小さい頃からモデルの裸だって飽きるほど見てるんだ。こんなもの大したことないさ。
Photos don't do much. Then how about manga?
所詮絵じゃないか。これがどうした。こんな絵なんて所詮この子どうして股間が膨らんでいるんだ。
Damn, I knew it. He like food us. This is a crossdresser. Lots of artists draw stuff like this these days.
男
Yes, this girl is just cross-dressing, but they were born male.
バカな。こんな可愛い子が男ついてる
Ah, men of culture, huh?
男
Now they were both shorted out.
漫画。絵で描いただけでこんな。
The last one standing was growing well too.
朝っぱらから何やってんの教室で。
Social studies.
やめんさいよ純朴な少年たちに。
There is certain pleasure in showing off the raw, uncensored reality to naive hearts who believed in the story of Cabbage Patch.
キクチョ鼻血拭いて。
すいません。
Oh, I forgot. Kikachiyu. Esperanto, was it? Congrats on learning it.
はあ、どうも。エスペラント語。あれ、一つも思い出せない。頭の中が全部。
Looks like I went too far.
おはようオーラ。おはようございます。
Oh, thanks for yesterday.
ねえねえオーラ、聞いて昨日の始球式がね。
Yeah, I saw you on TV. I'm glad it went well. Silvia looked delighted. And
ブルース・クラウンさん、夕べのテレビ野球の試合見たわよ。素敵でしたわ。始球式なんてめちゃくちゃが普通なのに綺麗に投げてたよね、マストで。でしょ投げ方はオーロに教わったの。
the girls all looked my way.
教えるのがすごく上手なのよ。それに根気よく付き合ってくれて。それはそう何よりですわ。
And off they went. I'm really out of place in class, huh?
今さら
I told her about what happened that time our lecture had been in an external classroom. Maybe the way I flipped out was poorly executed.
女子は引いたかもね。でもしゃあないよ。それ以前にこの学校の子ってまず庶民と自分たちは別物だって思ってるから。
Guess so. Reina seemed a bit depressed and gave me a half shrug. We were in the same boat, so I understand what she was getting at. Oh well, it's out of our control. We actually are entirely different and all.
あ、オロ、今日の午後どうする？
I don't know. As always, our afternoon lessons were optional.
もう転入して1週間になります。そろそろ何か打ち込むものを決めてはいかがです？
Easy for her to say. My dream was to graduate from the school on good terms and become a civil servant. What exactly could a guy like me get into?
打ち込むとか考えなくても自分が楽しいと思うことをやるでもいいのよ。現に私なんかは完全に趣味でピアノをやってるし。
Hobby or not, you'll still be able to play the piano on a professional level. You were into fashion, was it, Reina?
将来の夢はファッションデザイナーでございます。
Kikuchiyu takes integrated business administration. The L-san does fencing.
私は体育総合。体を動かすのが主です。部活動の関係でフェンシングが多いだけで。
None of them really clicked with me. And then those would be fine if it was just to go and observe, but I was hesitant to put my full effort into any of them.
こういうことは言いたくありませんが、目標なき人生は時間の浪費ですよ。
90% of young men and women are like that these days. There were those in the world who wanted to do nothing but play video games and the like. Even so, wouldn't that mean you're dedicating your life to it? In my case.
そうだ、野球をやったらどう？オーラ、野球がとても上手でしょ？なら
No thanks.
知るやん知るやん。オーロに野球はやらせちゃダメ。どうして？この学園野球部は女子しかいない。自由授業なら混ざれるけど、女の子だらけの空間にオーロが自分から入ってくのはちょっときつい。そうなんだ。
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't toss me in with a bunch of women. My life at the dorm was hard enough on me as it was. Wait, we have a baseball club.
ありますよ。女子野球。男子は定員割れで活動停止状態ですが。
この学校は男子が少ないですからね。チーム競技はなかなか。
A bunch of upper class ladies playing baseball? Is that actually relevant to their future?
ノーブル学園とはいえ、将来につながることだけが推奨されているわけではありません。楽しいからやるもありですよ。
Dang, little busters. I see. But I ended up wandering around campus under the pretext of observation without picking anything to do. What should I do? Focus on studying for the future? It was a time that was totally foreign to me. The biggest difference between these so-called elites and commoner, like myself, rather than it being our pedigrees, bilingualism, or otherwise, it might just be whether or not we had a clear idea of our future prospects.
市松さん。
This was a rare person to come calling.
今晩なのですが、私、家の都合で出なければならないの。お夕飯を運べないから、キサキさんに頼んでくれていいかしら。
Sure. I guess I was still under house arrest, even if she couldn't keep a personal eye on me.
よかった。今後はこういう機会が増えるといいわね。私も、いつまでもあなたに煩わされるのは、さすがに鬱陶しいから。
How annoying. I was locked up in my room due to her whims, yet she acted like she was taking care of me. That would piss anyone off. I could go eat at the cafe by myself, you know.
それはダメよ。寮のために。
Right. Well, not that I have the guts to go buy anything given the bizarre atmosphere. So...
ところで、あなた、相馬さんと仲がいいそうね。
Huh? Soma, that name didn't click for a minute, but... Her?
朝言うと、何度も部屋に出入りしてるとか。
That was just yesterday. For that matter, she just came in the morning and left at night. No, wait, wouldn't it be better for me if she thought Ria came and went as she pleased rather than staying in my room for 10 hours? I guess we are neighbors.
そう。まあ彼女は特殊だから何も言いませんけど、あなた一応男性なんですから、女性を部屋に連れ込むのはあまり褒められないわね。
I don't recall ever dragging her anywhere. She was hanging out in my room of her own free will.
とにかく彼女にはあまり近寄らないで。
Why?
なんでもよ。
Pretty firm tone. Yogasaki raised her voice. She immediately reverted to her usual calm and collected demeanor, but the way she settled down was more than enough proof that she had lost her cool for a moment.
わかったわね。彼女には近づかないで。
She glared at me. She was acting so weird today. No matter how annoyed she was with me up until now, she had always kept her composure. If you're that opposed, why don't you speak to Ria first? Tell her not to visit my room.
言えるなら言ってるわよ。
Jogasaki was losing her patience. I would tell her if I could. Flipped around, that meant she couldn't tell her anything. Not that she wouldn't listen if she did. That's unexpected. Never thought you and Ria would know each other.
ただ同じ寮生なだけよ。
Off she went. She totally ran away. Is there something going on between you and Jogasaki?
何かって？
Later that evening. We didn't have any real arrangements in place, but Ria eventually came along while I was waiting for her on the school roof. Jogasaki worried about you.
まあ。
If this has something to do with weakness of hers, I'd love to hear about it.
下水なお前。
Ria hesitated for a second.
弱みではない。
Damn. We climb up to the top level. You don't have any dirt on her or anything, but she acts all hoity-toity, but she's actually a delinquent disguised and smokes more than you do.
ねえよ。てか裏では不良だとしても知らない。あいつとはあんな親しくない。
Shit.
それに不良でもないだろうな、あいつは。お嬢様中のお嬢様だ。家の迷惑になるようなことは絶対しないだろうさ。
Really?
お前のことうざがってるのも、このノーブル学園に庶民が通うと学園の質が落ちて、ひいては自分の学歴を貶めることにならないかが心配ってとこじゃね。
Is that it? I had thought it over for a few days, and many of the people annoyed with me at the school generally took pride in Noble Academy. My very presence at Noble Academy, where only Elise attended, was a nuisance. Did Jogasaki feel that way about me too?
金持ちの基本は見えっ張りだよな。自分が完璧であるためには、自分に関わる他人も完璧であってくれなきゃ困るんだ。
What a pain. I wish they wouldn't make my life difficult just because I associated with them. Anything like that's completely pointless.
ん？
Ha.
バカじゃねえの。
For sure, it's totally ridiculous.
お前だよ。
Huh? By the time I noticed, Ria was staring at me with a cold look in her eyes. There was none of the warmth from moments ago when I was making fun of Jogasaki.
見えっ張りってのは悪いことじゃねえだろ。
Huh? But
自分を偽っても意味がないか？
she seemingly read my mind before I could vocalize those thoughts.
この世に自分を偽ってない人間なんていねえよ。ならその偽りの自分が少しでもいいものに、少しでも立派にあろうってのは大事なことだ。見えも張れねえプライドのないやつを世間はクズって言うんだよ。
She continued talking and wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise, almost to the point where it was irritating. But she had a point, so I had no room to argue.
彩香の気持ちもわかるぜ。自分の人生と自分の家のために完璧であろうとする。そのためには邪魔なものは排除する。他から見りゃただの見えっ張りでも、あいつはあいつの人生をあいつなりに全力で生きてる。虚しいわけあるかよ。
Rhea took a puff of her cigarette. Then Rhea's like the old man character, right? Usually, this type of advice while smoking a cigarette too, it does give me like the older character vibes. But she's not an old man though. I couldn't understand the theory, but it was irritating.
何より、てめえのダチにいるんだろ。世界で一番見栄を張ってるやつが。
But not to, when I say old man characters, it's usually shown as like the most mature characters as well, because those type of characters have the most experience. She's like talking from experience. That's what it seems like. Huh?
生まれた時から王族って見栄のために完璧であり続け、ピアノを弾けばプロも超えるし、勉強運動ともに完璧。テレビで始球式なんてアイドルみたいなこともする。
Yeah, she had a point. Sylvie definitely did live an unfettered life. Still, that was her taking responsibility for the authority that came with being royalty. She put in effort to practice, even for foolish events like a season opening baseball ceremony. She put her life on the line to keep up appearances.
人間はさ、誰でもかっこよくありたいんだよ。かっこつけたいわけじゃなくても、かっこよくあろうとするのは大事なことさ。そいつを否定してやるなよ。
Good point. Jogasaki ticked me off to no end, so it was a hard truth to swallow. But I wanted to agree with Sylvia's way of life. No, not just her. I knew someone who could learn a language entirely unrelated to Japan for their family. One could put their life on the line to follow their master, and one who barged her way into the school even though she wasn't rich to make her dreams come true. That was a way of life I didn't want to refute. Showing off meant having pride in her own life. That much was for sure. I was probably irritated because I had nothing in my life that made me feel that way. I was missing the component that would allow me to be cool. Huh? Come to think of it, Rhea was awfully familiar with Sylvie's circumstances.
来たぞ。
You gotta make sure to show the scene. Golden time. This was probably pretty expensive to make. That marked the end of our conversation. This was when she could always cut me off when prime time came on, golden time. That sparkling time. Was I living in such a time right now? Ah.
ねえだね。
It was rainy.
日本は雨が多いと聞きましたが、降り方は普通なのですね。
もっと蛇口を開いたみたいな土砂降りになると思っていたわ。
That's not entirely what the idiom means.
ちょっと残念。土砂降りというのも見てみたいわ。いやー、うざったんだよ、あんまり降るのは。シルビーの国って雨少ないの？
ソルティレージュは北欧の寒冷な山間にありますので、雨はほとんどが山が引き受けてくれます。
雨は少なくても水資源には困らなくていい土地よ。
Wow.
でも水資源といえば日本にはとても及ばない。だから日本は年中大雨というイメージだったのだけど。
日本の水資源は台風に甘えたところが大きいですから。昨今はゲリラ豪雨など突然の大雨も増えてきましたが、 本州でそれほどの大雨となるのは年に2、3度。ごく限られた地区に来る程度ですね。
Isn't it common in Okinawa?
台風の時期はそうですね。沖縄、九州、四国は毎年大雨で困っているようですが、本州にいて大雨で困る地域はあまりありません。
Oh, that white stuff is lightning. Whoops. Reina clung to my arm. What's up, Reina? That was pretty cute.
ごめんごめん。急だったからびっくりして。私らしくなかったよね。
A cute Reina makes me wonder if you come down with something.
ご無礼かよ。今のは近かったわね。
市内のどこかに落ちたようですね。
On the other hand, it was a very cute reaction for a princess. The one next to her beautifully betrayed the brave lady knight is actually scared of lightning trope too. Both of them look accustomed to it.
サルティレージュは雨は少ないけど雷は多いの。
空気が乾燥する条件が重なると雨なしでも落雷が来ますので。
Now that you mention it, isn't lightning common in Northern Europe?
雷なんて何回聞いても怖いけどな。
There it was again. Get off of me.
すいません。急だったもので。
オーロの周りは雷一つでユニークね。
それにしても雨強くなってきたようです。
The thunder continued to roar throughout the school day. I visited a rooftop after school, but we obviously didn't have a good sunset weather today. Ria wasn't here either. May as well head back. Man, I was kind of a masochist myself. I was frustrated after she gave me a lecture yesterday, but I bravely came to see her again today. But strangely enough, when it came out of Ria's mouth, it didn't make me that angry. It was like I couldn't hold into my indignation. I wondered why. When it came to her, I couldn't quite put my fingers on it.
おかえり。
Yeah. I checked the room number. Yep, it was my place. Which means you're the one who messed up. Good, good. Your room's next door.
知ってる。タバコ吸いたいんだけど。灰皿どれ？
Dang. It's nice having a girl visit, but you should stop coming in without asking. Just like last time, I poured some water into the cup I used to gargle with and handed it to her.
サンキュー。
Ria sat on the sofa like it was her own and lit up her cigarette. If I had to rate them on a nuisance scale, Reina was ranked about a 20 and this girl scored a solid 100. Did you need something, or were you feeling lonely and came to visit me? At least react somehow. She was more unenthusiastic than usual. You look pretty out of it. What's wrong?
今日ちょっと頭痛くて。
Oh, I do hear lots of people get that way on rainy days. I didn't understand it since it didn't happen to me, but there were people who got headaches due to the shift of atmospheric pressure. I heard of people not being able to move because of it. Was that how it was for her?
頭痛い日は一人でいると辛くて。迷惑？
Yeah. Ria was looking straight at me, her gaze upturned, which was a given since she was shorter, independent. For a delinquent, she was adorable. Nah, stay as long as you like. She wasn't bothering me. In fact, it was a real help having her around to kill time. Ria leaned against the sofa looking relieved. Guess I better offer her a drink or something. Ria was being unusually quiet, possibly due to her headache. She was simply staring into space and was almost zombie-like. Ordinarily, she offered up any number of topics too. Was she in that bad of a shape? You wanna watch TV? I veered toward the TV and turned it on. Though it was only 6 o'clock, a little early, nothing but the nightly news was on. Ria looked blatantly bored. Can't expect much out of the TV industry outside of prime time, huh?
ゴールデンタイムも寒い番組ばっかだけど。
Harsh. Then again, even if we kept waiting for some solid content, All we actually get were a bunch of entertainment personalities laughing their heads off. TV shows were too loud to just leave on for the heck of it these days. Guess I watched something. I recorded a bunch of stuff, but is there anything you want to watch? I set up the DVR. I have bought it from home, and it should have a couple of years of heavily recorded stuff on it. There were even the sort of programs on late of night that just play pretty scenery on an endless loop. I was on an expert recorder who stocked up even on content like that. But
これは
the best views from Japanese train windows.
クソつまんねえな。
You said it. It was all fine and well to record it on my own, but it wasn't something you watch with someone.
他には午後のムービーショー、金曜ロードムービー。映画ばっかりか。
Since there was no shows I went to watch weekly. I waited so long to get a DVR, so I set it to record nothing but movies every week so it wouldn't go to waste.
ま、どれでも一緒だな。お前のおすすめは？
I really enjoy watching this Hollywood Godzilla. From the scene where he's eating tuna up to the final wars. Oh, I got all 8 Harry Potters, so I was thinking of marathoning them in a single night. Want to join me? I also got a whole bunch of Studio Ghibli that was on this past summer break. Any DVR left running for 3 weeks or so of the summer was definitely packed with Ghibli.
お前、映画オタ？
I wouldn't go that far. I just recorded everything, but all of them were marked as unwatched. Why did I feel like recording movies when they were on TV, but have no desire to watch them?
あんま派手なのはいいわ。うるさいのとかチカチカするのとかうざい。
Let's see then. Nothing Hollywood style would work, which left. How about this French film that was on late? Most French movies are quiet. Most movies were dubbed, but late night films were often subtitled.
字幕。しかもフランス。微妙。
Not interested? Well, French movies can be a little depressing.
いや、暗いのはいいんだけど。フランス語ってボソボソ喋る津軽弁みたいで聞いててイライラする。
Damn, bro. You're going to upset people from Omori.
まあいいや、流しといて。テンション低い時の津軽弁って子守歌にちょうどいい。
Rhea really looked sleepy, so that entire exchange was done while she sprawled out on the sofa. Yeah, I was sick of browsing anyway. Better put it on. I took a seat on the sofa as well and hit play. Is this our date with Rhea? Right? We had a date with Reina. We went grocery shopping with her, and she bought him a toy as a thank you gift with his own money. And we were on a date with Ellie-san, and we watched the sunset together. And now this is our date with Rhea. She's holding on to my lap.
うわ、
It's weird. I mean, I'm not complaining. That must be it. French really does resemble this Tsugaru dialect, and that droll impression could be kind of mysterious on its own.
この女優すげえおっぱいしてんな。
Oh, bye.
男としては化粧だらけのおばさんでもセックスしてると嬉しいもん？
Some older makeup slathered lady? I mean, if it has a hole, why not? I guess it wouldn't be unpleasant. I have forgotten late night movies were prone to these sort of erotic scenes. My embarrassment aside.
てかおっぱいより主人公のケツばっか映るな。
That part is unpleasant. Quit chasing after the man's butt. Give me some angle, some thought.
そこは女性サービスじゃね？
Do women enjoy that sort of thing?
不快ではないかな。
And she liked looking at Alright, to each their own. Rhea wasn't phased at all, so it didn't seem there were any need to worry about it. Weren't you sleepy?
えぐい喘ぎ声のせいで眠気が飛んだ。
Is that right? They both spoke less as we headed into the second half of the film. On screen, the woman who had been having, sex midway through the movie was bedridden from a high fever and having a nightmare.
なあこいつ
Yeah,
死ぬよな
yeah, she is. For the last half hour, there were scenes showcasing the protagonist's conflicts as the hero suffered from an ongoing illness and whether to go visit the mother he was separated from long ago. It would actually be upsetting if she didn't die in the finale after all this.
あ死んだ
Yeah, she did. She died in the last 10 minutes or so. Afterwards, the protagonist delivered a keepsake for theirs to his mother, and the ending credits showed him heading off on some journey.
はあだよ人が死ぬ系かよ
It starts with raunchy sex scenes, then it turns to an emotionally charged story when you didn't see it coming. Sounds like a visual novel to me. The sex-crazed protagonist found true love halfway through the movie with a mysterious heroine, but she ended up dying.
こういうとりあえず収まりがいいから殺しとけはい死んだはい感動ってやつ嫌いだわ
Well, don't say all that. The filmmakers probably had to be considerate of film rating boards and a bunch of other stuff too. I don't think it was so bad.
綺麗なピンクの乳首が出たから
Yeah.
はあ
Rhea looked exhausted now that the movie was over and started to go limp again in her seat. That was when I finally realized it. The mood has gotten so relaxed while we were watching the movie that at some point we got extremely close to one another. And now that she was tired, plop. Before I knew it, Rhea has resting her head on my shoulder. She was close.
あ
For that matter, she looked so sleepy that I would have felt bad if I tried to sneak away from her. I decided to leave her be. I think she did that on purpose, Rhea. But let's let her rock. Just like her shirt said. Rock, we're gonna let her rock. Rhea was putting all of her weight against me.
ああいう人が死ぬ映画見るとさ
Yeah?
うちの父親が何年か前に死んでてそのことを思い出すんだ
The conversation got heavy in an instant. Yeah? All I could manage was an idiotic reply. I wasn't mature enough to remain calm after hearing about someone relative dying unprovoked.
あの主人公は女が死んでグズな人生改めて親に会いに行ってたけど俺は親が死んだ時にグレちゃったっけ
Everyone deals with change differently. Although I do think it's better to mend your ways than to stray down the wrong path.
知ってる俺にもそんな変化ができればできれば
Huh? She fell asleep. I peeked at her face. She was asleep. Ria-san. I backed away a little and... Thump. She went completely sideways into the sofa. But showed no signs of waking. It's not even 9 o'clock yet, Ria-san. Isn't that a little too healthy? Naturally, she utterly ignored my opinions and continued to sleep comfortably. Yeesh. She was much bolder than Reina or Sylvie, her smoking habit included. Guess I didn't have much choice. It would be bad to let her sleep here, so I carried her to the bed. As for me... Oh well, it wouldn't kill me to give up my bed for a day.
Loveriche.
You think that's gonna cause a misunderstanding? Let me see. The weather is like foreshadowing, maybe. Bad omen.
また雨 頭痛い。あれ、ここあいつの部屋か。やっちまった。よっと。
Ah!
びっくりした。なんで床で寝てんのお前。
Because I'll let you have my bed. Don't step on me.
終わり。
She stomped on me with her full body weight the moment she climbed out of bed. Blah, thanks to that, I'm now wide awake. You conked out hard yesterday, you know.
津軽弁の催眠作用恐るべしだわ。
I can't believe you stayed the night in a man's room. How scandalous, Ria-san. What? I was just joking, but she got a serious look on her face and went silent. Ria took a close look at her clothes.
念のため聞くけど、寝てる俺にはしたないことした？
Of course not. I was nothing but a gentleman.
最悪パンツ見るくらいはいいけど、唾液をはじめとした汚いもんがつくのは避けたい。
I told you I didn't. You're being awfully mean to me when I let you borrow my bed.
そうでした。
Ria shrugged her shoulders, almost like she were apologizing, and headed toward the bathroom to wash her face.
て
Karma. Whoops, you okay?
いや、悪い。
She hit her foot on a cardboard box I had sitting nearby. I feared the contents went flying. Ah, damn it, hold on, don't move.
ん
You know which little box went flying with it. The two Loveriche emblems inside also scattered. It'll be a huge pain if I lost them. Better pick them up. Ria looked stunned.
何それ、銀色？
Yeah, they're silver. Only 2 silver ones have shown up so far.
銀のラブリッチェマーク？
She asked, sounding surprised. I'm collecting them. I've been at this for 10 whole years. Why the heck haven't I got my hands on a single golden emblem?
ふーん。ちょっと待ってろ。
Huh? She left. I waited around a little while and she came back.
じゃん。
And she brought with her, you too? I let out a grin. There were several Loveriche emblems. She also had 2.
奇遇だな。
Well, pretty much any Japanese person would give a shot. 90% fail though. You only have 2?
2枚だけ。そっちも？
Same. That's too bad. You needed 5 to get a prize. We were 1 short. Oh. 1 short, huh? But... We both burst out laughing. A pretty big twist of fate, huh?
かもな。
The fact we each only had 2 was actually pretty amusing.
なあ、賭けしない？次に銀色を出した方が相手の2枚もいただけるって。
I like the sound of that. Collecting another 3 would be rough considering I only managed to gather 2 after all these long years. If there were only 1 more though, that felt manageable. Even if she managed to take mine, it wouldn't be much of a shock. Heck, I'll go so far as to say the sense of achievement from collecting them all would be a prize that's enough. You're on. If a winner takes all battle for the Loveriche emblems.
はっ！
This sounded fun. What's more, we were on much friendlier terms these days. With this, I felt it would definitely form a connection. That made me happy. What will you do now with your emblems? I think it'll be better to keep the 4 of them together as long as we're at it.
うん、そうだな。その箱ちょうど良さそう。そこにまとめとこ。
Yeah. I put mine in the container I was using. Then I handed her the box and...
ん？なんだこの箱。なんか...
She apparently hadn't taken notice of the box up until she touched it.
これあれか？指輪とか入れる。
Yeah, it's the perfect size after all.
オロオラ。
Yeah. She correctly pronounced it like Ora Ora. She must have been familiar with the name. She put the 2 emblems on her, for the total of 4 into the box.
ずいぶんとおしゃれな入れ物使ってんだな。
Guess so.
でも女っぽい。
Shut up. Her mouth was as foul as ever, but our conversation had grown warm and friendly over time. Soma Ria. Honestly, she was crude enough to treat her like a guy friend, but still. I had made my first friend at this academy with no connection to Silvia. I headed to school in the rain again today.
あら、何かいいことあった？
Not really. It was as if something nice happened. It wasn't as something nice happened. Just something ordinary, that was all.
おいす。濡れちゃった。大変。エル、タオルは？
今ご用意します。
Class was the same as ever too. Though the thunder had stopped, the weather was still drizzly and gloomy, but that didn't seem too awful. However,
やむ気配がありませんね。
sudden downpour have happened more often lately, but it feels like we're getting longer spells of rain that make sense for the season too. Regardless of whatever mood the weather put me in, this rain did cause problems. 3 in particular. Number 1, in the end, rain is still depressing. Who really knows why? Number 2, it's fine on weekdays, but it's boring to not be able to go out on days off. It wasn't inconvenient to go to school since the academy and dorms were close by, but it required a pretty lengthy walk to go from dorm to the city. It was a bit tough to go into town on rainy days. I wish it would be sunny on days off. Incidentally, today was November 2nd, Thursday. Tomorrow, Friday, was Culture Day, and the 4th and 5th were the weekend. Put another way, it was a 3-day weekend. And on a 3-day holiday, I hope at least to have one of those days would have decent weather. As for number 3, I headed back to the dorm. One rainy day after another just made everything feel melancholic. Even the air in the dorm foyer felt stagnant. Well, that aside. I knocked on the dorm room next door. Then I waited a while. She must have been asleep. Ria walked down and looked less than amused. Another headache, huh?
なんか用か。
Nah, yesterday seemed rough on you, so I wonder if you were okay. Number 3, we couldn't go to the roof. That could have small part of why Ria's mood refused to improve.
分かってんなら起こすな。
Sorry about that. Were you sleeping at 5:30 in the afternoon though?
うるせえな。え、5時半？もう？
You didn't realize?
頭痛いからグダグダしてたらいつの間にか。
And after how soundly you slept last night too.
俺、寝ようと思えば永遠に寝れるから。
You make that sound like a special ability, but it's more of a defect if you ask me.
ああ、雨は止んでねえのか。
Yeah. I put everything on hold for today, which was why I tried coming over to visit. She apparently didn't care for my wisecracks and clicked her tongue with displeasure. Then as she gazed out on the window.
はあ、雨止まねえかな。
Agreed. The roof. I wouldn't go so far as to say I was looking forward to going, but it was on my mind for whatever reason after not being able to visit for an entire week.
ねえ、オールくん、
Huh?
お願いがあるの。私のお願い、聞いてくれる？
Walk away, Oro. What's up? Did your headache short circuit your brain?
タバコがもう切れそうなの。山を降りるのめんどいから買ってきてくれない？ねえ、リアのおねがい？
Yeah, gross.
殺すぞこら。
I guess gross was overstepping over the line. Guess she was in a desperate need of a resupply too. While living in this dorm, your only shopping option, or put it another way, the only way you could acquire supplies was the school cafeteria, school store, or the cafe, or convenience store in the dorm. Every other little thing required climbing down the hill. This went without saying they didn't sell cigarettes in the dorm. I know how you feel. It really puts me out when I run out of cup noodles too. I've never been out of pride as an elite school, but they didn't sell anything scruffy like cup noodles in either the convenience or school store. I run out of my precious stockpile if I could go out shopping over this 3-day weekend. It would suck to go shopping in the rain too. What a huge pain.
どうしよ 車、
This smoker looked like she was worried too, but
あ、でもそっか、明
huh? What's up?
日。いや、明日車が迎えに来るから、そこで変えたわ。
You're going out? This was the first time she had some business to attend to outside of the academy. Where are you going?
ん？
She smiled implicitly for some reason.
教えるきりはねえよ。教えなくても知ってるかもだし。
Huh? She mumbled that last bit so quietly I couldn't hear her.
ちょっと、市松さん？
Huh?
あ、
Then someone walked toward us from off to the side.
あまり外に顔を見せないでと言っているでしょ。ここはみんなに見られやすいんだから。
Ah, whoops. Now that she said something, I noticed a number of female students were glancing over at me. It was fine so long as I was coming or going, but I guess it was bad if I had drawn out conversation out in the open. They may not have hated me, but I was still scared them. Probably best to back down. I shrugged my shoulders in.
うぜえ嫌がらせしてんじゃねえよ。は？
It was then that Jogasaki noticed the person I'd been speaking to. Couldn't think of it. She told me not to talk to Ria the other day, hadn't she?
相変わらずだな、てめえは。別に、私は寮の総意を代弁しているだけよ。
Jogasaki looked blatantly disturbed by Ria's comment. And it appeared Ria was her weakness.
代弁ね。国民の声の代弁はマスコミさんのお得意だもんな。そいつが随分偏ってるってのが最近のテレビ業界衰退の一因とは聞くけど。うるさい。
The media? Oh, wasn't Jogasaki family?
天下の星テレビの会長様だぜ。
Yeah, I remember hearing about that once before.
うるさい！
Jogasaki cried out. Well, not that I really care about her circumstances were. Also, what was her connection with Ria? I was curious, but
とにかくあなたは部屋から出ないで。あと相馬さんにもあまり近づかないよう忠告したわよ。
yeah.
相馬さんはあ、明日忘れないように。
She wandered off after making that loud declaration. What the heck was that all about?
面倒なのに気に入られたな、お前も。
Good thing she's pretty. If she were ugly, I probably would have hit her by now. Damn, dude, that's fucked up. You shouldn't hit someone, even if they are ugly. Ria had a knowing smirk on her face.
俺には近づくなって言われてるわけ？
Yeah. Not that I was going to listen to her anyway. We're close enough that we share a couple of secrets after all.
図に乗んな。ま、銀のラブリッチェ同盟としちゃ近づかれなくなるのも困るけどよ。
Luckily, Ria seemed to think more highly of me than Jogasaki, in her own little way. Thank goodness I didn't want my neighbor to hate me. How's your headache? Gonna come over to watch movies again today?
2日連続で部屋に連れ込んでセックスビデオを延々垂れ流し、そのまま女を止めていくのか。
I'll call it quits for today. See ya.
ああ、
Ria withdrew into her room. Guess I'll head back too.
明日の準備しねえと。
I couldn't hear whatever Ria had whispered under her breath. I ended up forgetting to ask Ria what she had planned for tomorrow. Then again, I bet she wouldn't have told me even if I had. As for me, I didn't have anything special planned, just going to buy cup noodles if the rain let up. I looked out the window. The rain still wasn't showing any sign of letting up.
というわけで、昨日も今日も先輩はお隣さんと仲良くしてるみたいです。ほら、やっぱり女子を部屋に連れ込んでいかがわしいことをしてるんだわ。不良同士でお似合いじゃない。そのまま一緒にここからいなくなればいいのよ。 一匹狼同士仲良くなったってことかな。ちょっと違う気がします。違うと言いますと？先輩とお隣さんすごく親密な感じなんです。空気っていうか雰囲気っていうか付き合ってる。もうそんな関係に手が早いですわ。けだものですわ。そんな男女交際なんて私たちには早すぎます。どうなんだろう。私付き合うとかよくわからないからうまく言えないんですけど。寒気がしてきた。やっぱりあいつ即刻ここから叩き出すべきだわ。現場を見たならともかく証拠がないからね。はい、私もそういうところは見てません。要警戒。
Yeah, you can't trust them.
金色ラブリッチェ。
Alright. Okay. I think we'll call it here. It's pretty late on my side, so I'll just call it here.
状況を記録し
See,
ます。
I don't know if you can see that. 1:28 a.m. I'm pretty tired, right? So it seems like November 3rd Cultural Day might be a big event. So I'll probably say that for later. Anyway, yeah, I still think it's pretty accomplished, right? We went on a date with Ria, so that means we pretty much went out with everybody, at least on the title screen, right? Let me go ahead and just what's this? I hope I saved, right? Oh shoot, hold on, bruh. Of course, right? It's a problem if you full screen everything. You full screen everything, everything's gonna like explode. But here we go. There we go. So we went on a date with everybody on the title screen. We went on a date with Silvia. Technically, if you count the teacup at night a date, I think it's a rendezvous. I think I count it as a date. She stole your ramen. We were on a movie date with Ria. We were on a date with Ellie-san, watched the sunset. And then Reina, we were on a date with Reina, and she gave us a toy. Honestly, I think that gave me vibes that Reina might be very lewd. Right? Not that I have anything against that. I think that might be a plus. Let's see. I don't know. It seems like Reina might be the most lewd girl in the group. Right? I guess that's not a bad thing, but that's how the date went, right? We went grocery shopping Reina, and she bought us a special toy. We watched the sunset with Ellie-san. Right? We watched movie night with Ria. Right? And she fell asleep on our shoulders. And we drank tea under the moonlight with Sylvie. See, I'm just saying the difference. Reina ended the date with a toy, bro. I don't know what to say. I guess we bought her earrings too, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess that when the more we progress to the story, the more I know who I'm gonna like, right? So at the most part, I'm pretty neutral about everybody since we got to know everyone. I think everyone's pretty good. So it's just a matter of time of how much screen time they're gonna have, and so I know who's gonna be, my favorite. I probably won't pick a favorite until like I'm done, but I can say for now, since we know everybody, we talk to everybody, we want to date with everybody. I think they're all pretty cool, evenly so far. At least for me, I can't pick one. Anyway, with that, I'm pretty I'm tapping out. We'll play more Kinkoi later, so I appreciate everyone that stopped by. It's been cool. I'm gonna go head out. All right, later. Bye.